I'm Quinn McKay, and I'm here to update you on everything going on for the week in Ring of Honor. It is Monday, and as you know, every Monday we drop a new episode of the ROH Strong podcast hosted by Kevin Eck. Last week's episode featured ROH Director of Operations Gary Juster, and the brand new episode that dropped today features special guest, the KING King, Kenny King. Kenny opens up about his ROH career, including the circumstances of him leaving in 2012 and then returning again in 2015, the friction between him and Rhett Titus when they began teaming as the All Night Express, and of course, forming La Facción Ingobernable. King also talks about being on Tough Enough and The Bachelorette and just being like a reality star in general, I guess, as well as his appearance on the ROH Roundtable to discuss the Black Lives Matter movement. Be sure to check that out now. But from podcasting to TV, you've got plenty of options of content to choose from. On the upcoming episode of ROH TV this weekend, we feature another man that was on the ROH Roundtable, as well as highlight the Ring of Honor career of former ROH television champion Shane Taylor. Taylor highlights some of his favorite ROH matches, including a classic bout with Bandito. Actually, let's take a look at some of that now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Ring of Honor TV. And today we're going to highlight the career of the baddest champ you've ever seen, boy, Shane Taylor himself. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't already know by now, my name is the Rev Ron Hunt, and I'm the Vice President and Chief of Operations of Shane Taylor Promotions, the one that's been in control of the big bets and the big checks, from the huge hypes all the way to the huge fights, including the signing of Khan and Moses to Shane Taylor Promotions.
Check your local listings to see when that airs in your general area this weekend. And remember that every episode of TV is available for free at ROHWrestling.com after it airs. The latest episode of TV highlights and goes day by day with the viral sensation, Joe Hendry. On this episode, we saw a commercial for Joe's new album, the Ultimate Joe Hendry Lockdown Collection. So let's just show some now.
Introducing the Ultimate Joe Hendry Lockdown Collection, with 28 of his biggest hits all about wearing masks, featuring the classic single, Wear a Mask or I'll Throw You Off This Mountaintop.
Wear a mask or I'll throw you off of this mountaintop.
And who could forget the smash hit single taking the alternative singing pro wrestlers charts by storm, If You Don't Wear a Mask, I'll Poke You in the Eye.
If you don't wear a mask, I'll poke you in the eye. If you don't wear a mask, you're probably going to.
And the classic country love song, Lady in a Mask.
There is nothing better than a lady in a mask. Lady in a mask. Lady in a mask. There is nothing better than a lady in a mask. Lady in a mask. Except winning the tag team titles.
Coming soon to the ROH Pro Shop.
Wow. Wow. I cannot wait to listen to all 28 hits over and over and over again. Also, Joe Hendry has a brand new shirt in the ROH Pro Shop. The I Believe in Joe Hendry shirt is available now to purchase with currency. Again, ROH TV is always free on ROHWrestling.com after it airs on TV. And also available for free is the vast amount of content on our YouTube channel. Uploaded last week, we took a look inside Jay Lethal's gym. And in true MTV Cribs fashion, Lethal gives the fan an inside look into where he's training for his return to the ring. View priceless memorabilia and what the franchise calls his home away from home, the ring. Also available now on YouTube is the latest edition of the Honor List, running down the best of 2009, plus a funny Ask Me Anything with Australian star Kellyanne. You know, like Australia, the United States, the United Kingdom, Japan, we have a roster of the best wrestlers from all over the world. In fact, most of our current champions are from Mexico. So let's toss it over to our Spanish commentator, Rich Lebenzo, for a special update.
Gracias, Quinn. Hola, señores y señoras. Rich Lebenzo, ROH Spanish commentator here. Just want to say hello, give a big shout out to the Honor Nation. Missing the action just as much as you guys are. Missing being at the shows. Looking forward to 2020 and what it means for the championships in Ring of Honor. Currently we have ROH world champion Roosh in the middle of his second title reign. Not to be outdone, su hermanito Dragon Lee is the current ROH World Television Champion, and rounding out that group of La Facción Ingobernable, no pasa nada, is Kenny King with his eyes set on gold as well. Does that mean that the trio will be challenging the current trios champions, the World Six-Man Champions Bandito, Flamita, and Rey Horus? Mexa Squad, será no locura, señoras y señores. I'm looking forward to it. Until then, quédate en casa, lávense las manos, y adiós. Back to you, Quinn.
Ring of Honor officials have always scouted wrestlers from around the globe, and currently we have some of the brightest future stars right in our own backyard. ROH Dojo standout Sledge recently appeared on Happy Hour with the Bouncers, as did I, your host, and continues his own Coffee with Sledge show on Twitch. The ROH Dojo has a collection of hungry athletes ready to show the world what they've got, and that brings me to this week's One to Watch.
My name is Gia Scott, and I'm the greatest damn woman. Now, you may be wondering, what is so great about you? I don't have to prove that to you. I don't have to prove that to anyone. But what I do constantly have to keep proving is what I deserve. And what I deserved was back in April was to win that Women of Honor tournament and be crowned the new champion. Because this whole pandemic, that put everything on pause. But that's not gonna stop me. Once this is all over, I will dominate the women's division. I will win that tournament. And I will win that Women of Honor's championship. It's just that.
I know Gia Scott. I've seen how hard she works firsthand, and when she says that she is the greatest damn woman, I'm kind of inclined to believe her. So will Gia make her statement and go down in history? Only time will tell. Speaking of history and time, I guess, sort of, I bet something pretty rad happened on ROH in this day in history, so let's see.
Oh! And look where it comes, my boys! Right up top to do more damage! Oh my God!
1, 2, oh, he's in to break it up. Edwards is at the last split second.
This day in history is the perfect transition to talk about all the history available at any time, 24/7 on Honor Club. Last Friday, we uploaded another 50 new matches from our history for Fresh 50 Friday. Classics such as the Briscoe Brothers versus the Kings of Wrestling, Bryan Danielson versus Homicide, Jimmy Jacobs versus Alex Shelley, and an incredible 6-man tag from Final Battle 2006, which I'm pretty sure we're going to show you some highlights from right now.
Lariat from Roderick Strong. Wipes out Shingo on the floor. Your eye on that side out. Strong right back up. Sydal across his shoulders. Gutbuster. Shadows over hell.
You can see that match in its entirety on Honor Club, and maybe let's think about bringing Matt Sydal back to ROH. Just putting that out there into the universe for people that, I hope watch this show to possibly consider. In other news, it's that time again to learn about the favorite moves of specific wrestlers and why they do it, and what exactly that move does to their opponent. It's time now for Signature Moves, and this one features Flip Gordon.
Hey guys, Flip Gordon here. Now my favorite signature move is a move I came up with while I was starting to train to become a professional wrestler about 5 years ago. And I took the idea of a popular move being done at the time by some of my favorite wrestlers, the super kick. And I thought to myself, I wonder if I can balance on the ropes and super kick somebody's head off that way. And that's how I created the Kinder Surprise. And I came up with the name by actually going on a UK tour, my first UK tour, and I found the Kinder Surprise chocolates that I actually grew up on as a kid because my grandma's from Germany and she had them delivered every Easter and I was in love with them. And I finally found them again and just devoured as many as I could. And I was like, you know what? I gotta name this move Kinder Surprise. So that's a little back history on it. I've also beaten many guys, list goes on and on. My goal with it is to kick my opponent unconscious, and it's worked several times. Now that I've talked about it, I'm craving some Kinder Surprise, and I'm craving some wrestling, so I hope to see you guys again soon.
Like actual Kinder Surprise eggs, that move is illegal inside the United States. You know, we've had remarkably smooth sailing so far. There's been no interruptions, no unscheduled videos playing goth space demon stuff. I do come to question it, as I have come to expect the unexpected here on Week by Week. Josh really likes to keep me on my toes. I'm questioning it so much that I question if I'm going to ask this question. And that question is, what's your favorite match of all time? Not involving you, you lovable narcissists.
Hey, Carrie here. My favorite wrestling match? Samoa Joe against Kenta Kobashi, Ring of Honor.
The Big Cheese here with Lil Cheesy to tell you that my favorite match of all time is Jushin Thunder Liger versus the Great Muta from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Go watch it.
Una de las mejores luchas que he visto, Katsuyori Shibata contra Okada. Great match.
My favorite match of all time, it's Steve Austin versus Bret Hart from WrestleMania 13. It still gives me chills every time I watch it, and it's one of the main reasons why I'm a wrestler today.
Y mi lucha favorita es Will Ospreay versus Takai Shingo, la final del Besto de Super Junior. Esa lucha me encanta. Milton, ¿te gusta esa lucha? Sí.
私の好きな試合はヒロン vs イモ。
Hey, my favorite match that I wasn't involved in was Jushin Thunder Liger versus Bryan Danielson, Weekend of Thunder 2004.
My favorite match is the WrestleMania 16 three-way ladder match with the Hardys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian. It was the very first match I ever laid my eyes on, and that's what made me fall in love with professional wrestling.
Hello, yes, Danhausen's favorite match of all time without Danhausen is that CM Punk fellow and John Cena, Money in the Bank, for the title where he mentioned Ring of Housing. It was very nice of him, very evil.
Hello, my Ring of Honor friends. This is the most wanted bandido, and my favorite match is Rey Mysterio versus Psicosis. It is always a pleasure to see them.
Favorite wrestling match? That would be Stan Hansen and Bruiser Brody versus Terry Funk and Dory Funk Jr. All Japan Pro Wrestling, December 1983. Tag team action at its finest.
My favorite match, well, I have two of them actually. The first one is from King of the Ring 1998, the Hell in a Cell match between Mankind and The Undertaker. And the second influenced me a lot. It's Terry Gordy versus Kenta Kobashi from May 21st, 1993. Those were some amazing matches.
One of my favorite matches was from In Your House Mind Games, September 1996, I believe. It was Shawn Michaels versus Mankind. And I just remember just being so in awe and so captivated by that match. The drama, the storytelling, the psychology was just insane. It was so enjoyable. You can watch it 100 times in a row and not get sick of it. It's such a good match, so I highly recommend.
War of the Worlds 2014. The Young Bucks versus ReDragon with Tom Lawler in their corner. I remember being in the building, experiencing this one live, and loving it. And the memories right now still make me happy. Yeah, this is one of my favorites.
I'll give you a reason to dance away.
Hey, it's Bryan Danielson. My favorite match of all time has to be Hollywood Hogan versus The Rock, WrestleMania 18, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I still get chills every time I watch it.
I don't know. I think I might have to go with Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle, the 60-minute Iron Man match on SmackDown. That's probably my favorite match of all time.
Well, there's so many to choose from. It's hard to narrow it down, but I'm going to have to go with Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio from SummerSlam 2002.
My favorite match of all time is Mickie James versus Trish Stratus from WrestleMania 22. It had such a big fight feel, and I was so invested in the story that it actually inspired me to pursue a career in professional wrestling.
My all-time favorite match? That's easy. It's the first ladder match, Razor vs. Shawn.
I'm going to go with the match that I was most invested in when I was a kid. Kevin and Kerry Von Erich versus Gino Hernandez and Gentleman Chris Adams in a hair versus hair match.
Ric Flair versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, 2 out of 3 falls in New Orleans.
Antonio Inoki versus the Great Antonio.
From November of 1992 at Saturday night's main event, when the British Bulldog defended the Intercontinental Championship against Shawn Michaels. Enjoy!
So, my favorite match of all time is Edge versus Mick Foley, WrestleMania 22 hardcore match. Can't beat it.
Literally any women's match that I watch is my favorite wrestling match because I believe that more women's wrestling should happen, or as I like to call it, wrestling. Before we go, let's run down some of the stuff to expect this week and in the future. The Throwback Thursday match this week is a really cool Kevin Steen versus Eddie Kingston match for the ROH World Championship from Boiling Point 2012. The honor list this Friday will highlight ROH's bloodiest matches. Gross. And upcoming episodes of ROH TV in August will go day by day with Rhett Titus plus The Allure, Mandy Leon, and Wait, hey, I'm not supposed to say her name. Oh, I have to read it? It's going to cause like an entire thing. Do we want that? Okay. The boss says I have to read it exactly how it is written, so upcoming episodes of ROH TV in August will go day by day with Rhett Titus, plus The Allure, Mandy Leon, and Angelina Love. Also, check out all the cool merchandise at the ROH Pro Shop. There's t-shirts, masks, DVDs, and everything at excellent prices. Personally, the ROH masks have been an absolute lifesaver for me recently, so I would highly recommend those. That is all that I have for you this week. You can follow me on Twitter at Quinn McKay and ROH at Ring of Honor across the board. Like and subscribe if you want us to keep putting out week by week, and hit the little bell down below so that you never have to miss an episode. I'm Quinn McKay. I've successfully made it another week without... Wait, she's calling right now? Angelina? Okay, well, we gotta go. I'll see you next week on Week by Week as I take this phone call from she who shall not be named again on air. Cut. Cut. Cut.